Hey everybody, Christian from Treasure Town here, and today we're going to be rewinding about 4 months ago when I gave my intern $1,500. He'd never bought any coins from me before, and I was like, hey, you want to go out and buy some coins? So I connected him with a dealership that I bought from in the past, had him go over, gave him some basic instructions, and we're going to be unboxing the 1,500 after our intro, and then we're going to also do like a full-on review. How much did I sell these coins for? What were the I guess I'll do a few like really basic statistics on how it went, but I think it went pretty well, so if I recall correctly. So let's roll the footage and see how this $1,500 test went. Hey everybody, Christian and Aiden from Treasure Town here. We are going to be reviewing his recent purchase. Aiden has been a long time kind of viewer of the channel and does a lot of kind of buying and selling himself. And so do you want to describe the nature? It's like a high school project to do an internship.
Yeah, so basically it's like the end of my high school experience. It's like a 5-week internship capstone type of experience, and I chose to come work at Treasure Town.
So I was grateful that for the assistance and kind of put him through the ringer with some very boring projects, but also wanted to get some exciting stuff out there. So we said we do like $1,500, sort of same kind of inside buyer contract that I use with a few of the other guys, and maybe some amendments, but going to get a bonus just for completing it. And then we'll take a look at, we'll measure what each coin individually sells for, the fees associated with that, and then get you a profit share on that. And so we're going to be actually showing, like, I'll tell you exactly how much money we make from this, and where that goes. But in terms of the types of stuff, I think I was like, go to the source that I have. I can't visit them, but you're able to take a look in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was able to go in and, meet with the people there and buy in person.
What were some of the, it looks like some world stuff in here, maybe a little bit of US. I was going to unbox this later, then we were going to come back and talk about it more once we know what it sold for. But yeah, what were some of the highlights or themes, things to look out for?
Yeah, so there was a lot of like general world silver. I kind of went through just looking for more unique countries or issues that I, don't usually see. Like less generic material, some interesting commemoratives, and then in terms of U.S. stuff, there was some interesting material. There were some large cents that were really interesting in better condition, which are a little harder to come by. There was a really interesting Henning nickel, which we were able to pick up, which was awesome, as well as some barber dimes and seated dimes, and some classic commemorative U.S. halves.
Perfect. Well, I'm going to take a look at this. I'll give some of my initial feedback, I guess, and it's unlike like report card. It doesn't go to you. It goes to 100,000 subscribers. And then, yeah, we'll sell this stuff. I think I have an auction. Well, the coins will have sold by the time you all see this, but the auctions are going to be tomorrow and Thursday. So I'll try to sell, I think it's 175 items or so between then, and we'll come back with a recap on Friday. So time for the unboxing, then we'll get to a recap. Okay, so now we're going to go through and live evaluate. Aiden has left, and I'm going to just be going through his coins. So I think he mentioned there was some US type, there was some world. He said I think some of the world was pretty good, but again, we're into this for about a little less than $1,500. He also has gotten paid on it about $250 so far, and so according to kind of a formula we came up with, it's different with every buy, but so we got some nice uncirculated and circulated but older 2 francs from Switzerland. 1914 is a little bit earlier. The herdsman type, some 5 francs. Great to get some of this world silver, and it's the sort of thing, many of these coins, maybe it's not that it's not worth my time, but it's better if I can outsource it to buy, this is interesting Washington Carver classic commemorative $50. It's better if somebody else can make these types of purchases instead of me. There's Stone Mountain. Those are made for to raise money for Confederate monuments actually in the South, and they'd be, sold at a premium to their face value with the extra going to that. Here we've got, we've got a Philippines peso, a French 10 francs, nice 5 francs. Love the world silver types. There's a 10 francs. There's a nice Mexican peso, 5 peso, and then 2. It's been a while since I've seen those.
of the earlier 5 pesos. Panamanian types, love the Panamanian. So I think a lot of this was bought near, silver price has gone way up recently, melt. And so these are interesting. These are like these little commemorative Portuguese types, 50 escudos, which are, I think, have been popular at least recently. I sold a few of those not too long ago. And then we've got some Australian florins. They have a higher silver percentage in their coins for a little bit longer than some of the Brits. The British Monetary Standard. Though that's actually a really nice coin. Great looking large cent. He said he paid a little bit more. Oh, and a 2 reals from Mexico. That's awesome. Canadian, a Newfoundland. That's an interesting type. 2 Reichsmark. That could be a little bit better. Martin Luther. Oh, that's beautiful. 3 mark from the Weimar Republic, uncirculated. That's great. German states, Italian. This seems like a really solid buy so far, and we're not through even half of it. So the other big thing, why it's been so helpful to have him go through, there's some nice U.S. Philippines, some more of that stuff, which is fantastic, is that all of these are coming in to me in my inventory dock, all flipped up. They're fully ready for sale with Treasure Town. This is kind of just me live going over the purchase. I would need to do this anyways. Obviously, confirm authenticity, all that sort of thing. Not that I think there's any issues with that, but just to get a sense for what I've got, how the coins look, and select which ones I want for. These are, pretty solid looking too. See Liberty, half dime and dime. There's a, that's a little bit more clean, but they're still pretty sharp in terms of their detail, which is great. 1846, cleaned 1857, 54, 45. Yeah, those are in really pretty good shape. I think we also had some Barber dimes he had mentioned. So a bunch of little 4-date sets. I think he had said that he had got them at a pretty good multiple to face value, which is awesome. And there should be some premium above their silver value on those examples. Here we've got a quarter Balboa, some 20 centavos. Brazil. There's a shilling. That's a nicer, older, like Norwegian, is it? Or Swedish 2 kroner. Great silver type. Some earlier shillings. That's in really good condition. 20 drachmae from Greece, Netherlands. Yugoslavia. I haven't sold any of the Yugoslavian 20 dinar in a long time. A little bit polished up on there. 50 dinara. Good job. They did notate that as cleaned. And then a few other Barbers. Pretty interesting stuff. Let's see. What else? I don't want to get these out of order. But let's see. I think I'll get 2 more handfuls and then whatever's in the bags. Dominican Republic, Uruguay, earlier, German stuff, Chilean, Austrian, Serbian early, a nice looking 3 pence from 1839, 59, Spanish, both kings there, 1826, Netherlands, earlier, U.S. Philippines is also exciting, an interesting Cuban mix, Germany, 1 Reichsmark from the Weimar period, a little bit more in the way of Cuban stuff, all quite interesting. And then here we've got the Henning nickel. This is incredible. So they were faking, there was this guy who was faking nickels, and basically what he did was it was a very low profit margin operation out of New Jersey, but in 1942 to 45, we had World War II nickels. 42, it was a transition year. They would put the mint mark above Monticello to show that they were all silver, but there were no 1944, unless it's a really rare error, nickels that didn't have that top mint mark. And so this guy didn't realize that he faked a bunch of them, and all of them have the little die characteristic. You can see in the R, there's like this divot in the R. That's going to be the case on all of these ones. They're worth, I think I paid $100 for this, which I thought was a fantastic deal. I think it's worth much more than that. Just very interesting. Here we've got a Japanese coin, South African, Willem, some earlier Netherlands, East Indies in good shape. There's a 20 centavos of Queen Isabella, Napoleonic Kingdom coin, nice U.S. Philippines types, as well as Nicaragua, British India, a gorgeous half real of Mexico, an 1884 25 centavos, a nice Wilhelmina coin, an earlier Russian 10 kopecks, a 3 pence, Sweden, Barber dime, Kwangtung Chinese from 10 fen, 20, and then nice looking 10 sen from, and 50 sen from Japan. That does look like a Meiji coin. Just want to check. 1906 Netherlands, 1891 Mexican 10 centavos. Wonder what mint that is. Geo should be Guanajuato. Cuban 10 centavos, Turkish, and finally a nice 1804 1 Marion Grosjean. Even if it's a little bit worn, that's a fun coin for collectors. And then we've got some of these last ones are these silver lots that I'm just pumped to offer. Again, I wish this was like showing them ahead of time. It's more of a buy, unboxing, and review. We've got some nice mixes of coins. Clad, Piedfort, Pattern, 1,000 francs, and then this last one is this like uncirculated or a proof set that's in a Capital plastic holder of 1958 coins. So that seems like a pretty nice mix from my perspective. I'm quite pleased with it. Really, the next step will just be to see, okay, how much does it sell for? And then there's also a question when I'm considering his buy, and this information I probably will not share, is if I'm choosing to add 20 of these items or 50 or 100 of these items in my sale instead of 50 of my own items, how does the average profit compare? Because there's going to be a big difference. If everything here sells for $1, I average making more than $1 a coin when I sell them. If everything here sells for $12, I average less than making $12 a coin. It's kind of in the middle of that range, and that does not account for the very large number of expenses of like paying for labor and all that kind of thing. And so, yeah, it'll be a great test. I'm going to start selling these. I'm filming this on a Tuesday. This video is probably releasing somewhere in the range of 10 days later. I will start selling some of it tonight, sell the rest or a large chunk of it on Thursday, and then we'll prepare and sell the remainder probably a little bit further out from now, but it'll be exciting to see, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
And here we've got the Aiden report card. We're going to break down every dollar of profit and every dollar of cost and see how we did, but the bottom line is that Aiden crushed it. So here we go, starting with $1,400 or so from the coin shop. As an automatic inventory bonus, we do about 10% of a bonus at Treasure Town, plus there's some, like, you don't get 10% on a $100 coin. That would, I think, be like $2 of bonus. So it kind of caps out per coin, but got $137 of bonus in addition to the 20 an hour for buying it and flipping it up. And then we also spent about, and by the way, I feel like that's pretty solid. That's about $45 an hour or so. Spent $12 on the coin flips at about 7 cents per flip. And so we sold at this stage everything except for the Henning nickel that we were discussing earlier. And then this was like a fantastic sale. So we actually got, after the 8% that Whatnot took, we got like $2,846. Huge difference. So I was obviously thrilled. And I think it's also interesting to chat some of the other nuance. So after this sale, and there was less of a bonus for, packing everything up, I think it probably took about 7 hours to pack and ship. And so I did that alongside Aiden. And if we attribute about 7 more hours for his labor at $20 an hour, and then also about $40 of like how much did the packaging equipment cost, then we get to a cost of about $17.54. And then without those final like labor costs, we also gave a 15% bonus to Aiden on what he did. So he got another $206 actually. So if we think about this as about 12 hours of work and maybe a little more, call it like 15, made about 300 plus an extra, looks like bonuses of another 300. So probably in excess of $40 an hour, but he totally deserved it. I would give him a total A+ on this.
when I'm doing the math here, had top line revenue of about a little over $3,000, and Aiden got about 500. Cost of the coins was around 1,400. There were some platform fees. Some things I did not include were like the tech costs, any of the like business insurance or rent or other like fixed costs involved in running the coin business. Any of the like returns, we sometimes have a coin get stolen in the mail or something like that. And then I also don't include any like salary to myself. So obviously, I'm the owner of Treasure Town, so that 880 would go to me. But then there's also like a balance of like, okay, I personally right now I'm trying not to withdraw much. I want to keep it in Treasure Town so that we can continue to grow the inventory. And then I also didn't include some of the positive things like having a fun YouTube video, future customers, because he had some great, like interesting coins that we didn't sell too much of. And with that Treasure Town flip, it's like, okay, hopefully maybe somebody has that in their collection and they remember Treasure Town 20 years from now. And so also now that Aiden is trained in this, he'll probably be more efficient in the future, which probably would mean that he'd get paid more in the future. But also, this was an intro experiment. He crushed it. So now he can go out and become, if he wants to, like more of a frequent purchaser for Treasure Town. And so, yeah, that's how I thought about all this. I mean, that's better than I normally do. $880 is really fantastic. So, it's not like, I average making more than $1 a coin, but, to have that kind of profit on pretty little to be like the amount to spend on average, like sub $10 a coin and have that kind of profit is pretty sweet. So I think it was a good purchase overall, and thrilled to, also give you a little bit of insight about some of the costs. I think this makes Treasure Town look pretty good. From a, we did great on this, so this was more of a highlight. Probably could show some of the low lights, and also don't want to give away like all my business secrets, but hopefully it was interesting to think through from my perspective how I approach something like this. Have a good one. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure to head on over to treasuretown.com and sign up for our email list to stay up to date on everything that's happening, whether it's auction updates, exciting new inventory drops, coin collecting news, or general informational resources. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on another one.